Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good. Ugh, I'm tired.
I don't think we have very many people yet.
Did Teresa get my order?
She's gonna jump on in a second. We can ask her.
Okay. I just want to make sure she got it. If I did it right or wrong or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, several people struggled with the address part, but
it wouldn't let me put anything. It was like already filled out, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't let me do anything.
Yeah, and that's what it's just, instead of having to like type out a form, we can use the carts. And so she has to type, like enter each of those things in. So she
Yeah.
doesn't actually send that form in or that cart in, but it's her way to like make it easier for you guys. But I don't know why it won't change the address.
It'd be cool because, so what I was noticing when I did that was it saves the cart in the account. So there's all these carts saved.
Oh,
But
okay.
if she knew the numbers, she could just open the cart, change the send to address, and then send it. Right? Just order that.
No, it has to go through our Munis system, which means she has to enter each item.
Oh my God, what
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it takes forever, and yeah, it's not an easy process.
I hope you don't mind that I'm gonna listen.
That's fine.
Okay. I'll have to hook it up to my.
Okay. Yeah, just put it on mute when you're.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get it. Oh, no. Go back. Might have to leave. I don't know what it's doing. Get out of it. Will you say something so I can make sure it's hooked up?
Can you hear me? Okay. Hello. And Teresa, will you check and see if Stephanie Sims' order was in the VPA drive? You're on mute. Okay. All right, well, the time is now 3:10, so we'll get started. So I want to be respectful of your time. This is going to be a pretty short meeting. I'm just going over a couple things, and then if you have questions, you can stay on, and if not, you can jump off, and I will put the recording on the shared drive as well. All right. If I can. All right, thank you for those of you who submitted to the Native American Heritage Show. Ashley already has that complete and ready to go. So it's going to be released on Tuesday, and that will be on that the Fort Worth ISD Visual Arts exhibition website. I put these slides, this slide for this meeting in the department Zoom meetings folder, so you can link on there, and it's also linked on ArtBeat. Going forward, Ashley has created a database. So for these next district sites, you're gonna also like submit on that database, because we're finding that sometimes slides get accidentally deleted, and so Ashley wants to have this as a reference so she can compare between the two so that we don't miss anyone. Because during our Hispanic Heritage, like someone made a copy of the slides, and then we ended up with several in a different place. And so just to make sure no one gets missed and kids aren't sad, we are gonna have that database and the slides for you to enter. But thank you for those of you who are doing that. We really appreciate the participation. And all right, supply orders are past due. So if you haven't got that turned in, please do so this week. If you're struggling and you have questions, Teresa is there to help, and you can call her. She'll talk you through. But you do want to make sure that you are logged in through the school specialty website so that you get the prices that our district gets, so that you can know exactly how much money you have left. For Flex, I said like as of the end of last week, I had everything entered that I had records of. And so please check your totals. I put a video on how to check your totals on Strive on there. And you want to make sure you have at least 18 content, and you can have 12 elective. Now you can have all 30 in content, and that's fine. But if you're missing content, I would recommend you take one of the courses that your colleagues are offering, or you can use Art of Ed. I'm counting that as content as well. But make sure you've received credit for everything that you have completed. We do make mistakes. We might have missed you somewhere. And so I also put instructions on this past ArtBeat on what to do if you're missing something. All right, supplies. This has been a pretty big undertaking, but we now have your glue sticks, your manila paper, your 50-pound paper, your 80-pound paper, your construction paper, and the sharpeners. The only thing that's left that we still need is your watercolors. Those will come on December 2nd, and your crayons on December 6th. So the pickup dates that we have scheduled, where we will just have someone there from 7 to 3. And I know that's not, you guys aren't out of school then, but unfortunately that's when the warehouse closes. So those are dates that you can just come. Now, those of you who have not picked up anything, it's getting to be a lot of stuff. And so unless you have like an SUV or a van or a truck, it's like at that edge where we might not be able to fit it in a car. So in that case, it would, take 2 trips. So if you are anxious to get your paper and your glue sticks and your sharpeners, and you want to come at the end of November and make sure you have all those things, you can come again then in January, or if you want to wait until December. But I'm leaving that up to you as to when, like how many trips you want to make out to that warehouse. But we should have everything by, January. And if these dates don't work for you and you need another time that you can come, send me an email and we can work out a time, and I will have to actually meet you over there. So don't just go, because they're not, the men in charge of the warehouse don't know what to do, and they won't give you your stuff. So please schedule an appointment with me if you can't make it to those dates. And all right, in terms of questions, if you have questions, you can stay on here. Also, you can reach by email through the office. And also, I still am doing those office hour Zooms every Thursday from 3 to like 4:45. All right, so if you have any questions, you can ask now. We still have a little bit of time till high school gets on. Or thanks for joining. Good to see your faces, and hang in there. Okay, Teresa, do you know who? Well, let me stop the recording just a sec.
They're in my emergency seats that are like close to me over here, but yeah.
Goodness. All right. Well, probably what I'll end up doing is going over this twice for those who are probably stuck with some kids still, and then those of you who are here right on time. But this is going to be short, just kind of going over some housekeeping stuff and then answering questions if you have any.
Tiffany, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but high schools don't dismiss until 3:40, so we're still probably going to get a lot of people joining us.
Okay, right. So for those of you who are here, I'll go over this real quick, and you guys can decide whether you want to stay on, and I'll go again after 3:40. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so Native American show, thank you to those of you who participated. in the future, we are going to have a database that's going to be in there, and that'll be in the instructions that Ashley puts on those Google Slides. For the Hispanic Heritage, we had some like a copy made and then some slides deleted, and so we don't want to miss anyone. So that's why we're going to have a database as well as the Google Slides where you put them in. Your students who have participated, we're going to get Ashley's working on certificates, and we'll get those sent through the inter-office mail, and for each of your kids that did that. And remember, those count towards their letter jacket points. So each of those contests they enter, they can, that helps build those up. And I think they only need 7 this year, 7 points to earn that letter jacket. The shows are released on our exhibition website. Ashley did a great job putting those out. So it's one place. The shows, will stay on there, for years to come. And so they can see those there. And then I try to get it on social media. And, but no, so we had way more submissions than we've had in the past. So this might be something that we want to keep virtual instead of the very few people that we have actually go through the boardroom. So we'll talk about that, but overall, we're getting way more participation this way. And then we don't have to map the stuff. And so I think we're seeing some of the good things too. Oops, that moved. All right, your supply orders are due December 1st. Remember that School Specialty created a login for us. And so if you log in it's like Fort Worth ISD staff, and there's directions in the handbook and in our share drive, you can get those prices. And so you'll be able to use all of your money rather than trying to figure out what our discount is. If you're struggling with the process, call Teresa, she'll help you out. Also, when you're downloading that cart, for some reason it's coming up with, I think it's like Mitchell Boulevard or something. Don't worry about the address. This is just what Teresa uses to enter them. She has to actually go in and individually enter each of the items you want. So that's just, so yeah, that address has been an issue for the elementary teachers, so don't stress about that. And then it does go in the VPA drive, not the Visual Arts share drive. So you're going to put it in through a Google form, not through just entering it into a folder or something. So before you enter, go ahead and read that section again in the handbook. I know you guys only do this once a year, so you probably forget how, so just go over that, and then please call if you're struggling. We don't want this to be a stressful thing or a hard process. No. Flex, we're pretty much up to date as of last week, unless there were some errors. So check your totals. I can't see your totals this year. Last year, I was able to check each of you and make sure you had enough and send you email reminders, but I don't have that access. And so you're going to have to check your own. Make sure you have at least 18 content. And for electives, you can have 12, but you can have all 30 in content. And make sure that we have everything in there that you have done. And I did put a tutorial on our last art beat on how to check it in case you don't know. But keep up on that. If you're missing some content, Art of Ed is going to count as content. And so do some of those, or the classes that your colleagues are putting together. And those are all asynchronous, and you should be able to get those done pretty quick. So, but don't wait until March, because we don't want to stress you out about that. Safe City boards are being delivered. I think there's about 1 pack per teacher, but I think there were a few schools where we had to share a couple of them. Now you only need 3 winners, so your first, second, and third place winners for your whole school. So this isn't something that every student has to do. So think about who you want to ask to do it, but you want to have at least 3 from each school. So that is coming up. And then VASE, that's also coming around the corner. I've linked the changes to ArtBeat, so you can read those. I've had those up for a couple of weeks now. It is a required show, but it is digital. So you're just doing pictures of the art, but it can't be above those sizes. They still want it to not be larger than the required size. So we need you to at least turn in 1 student, and that registration, you actually get to start registering on December 1st. So that's a new change that is going to stick with us. But if you have questions, please reach out. We want to help you. We don't want this to be stressful either. And then Youth Art Month, that is sent in like through our office. So you don't do the actually submitting it. You just send us the email with the artwork. And that is due December 11th. So I think the theme is about like connecting, or I forget now off the top of my head, but it is an optional show. We need, I think, 8 for the whole district to be in line with TAEA. I linked their website to these slides, which you can find in the share drive under our department Zoom meeting. And then they also have like a planner as to like when you, like how soon to do things. But that's all I have for you for this meeting. So if you were on time, you can jump off or ask questions. And I'll go over it again for those of you who had kids and were busy and didn't get to start right away. Yes, Anne. You're on mute.
Okay. I got a message from TEAE, whatever. Saying, yeah, what is it? I belong to a lot of stuff. That says our dues weren't paid. My dues weren't still paid.
Teresa, did you get?
Hey, sorry, I'm multitasking and I'm not good at it. So what? I'm sorry.
TEAE, whatever, dues. Are they paid? Because I got a message saying that they were not paid. Yeah.
They're it's in the works.
Okay. So just ignore it. I'm good at ignoring stuff.
Okay, they didn't do those yet, Teresa?
No.
So are we waiting on a signature from our special friend from leadership?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great.
Okay, I love special friends.
Yes.
Here's my next question about jackets. I've had a couple of my kids ask about their jackets.
Okay. Jackets were ordered August 28th. So we got those in super early. Hey, Wendy. But they just take forever. And so we don't have a estimation as to when they're coming yet, but we did order them way earlier than we ordered last year. But they are in the process of changing vendors. So if you didn't get that order in when we requested it, we're not sure when we can order more. So as of now, we're just waiting, but they were in August 28th. Okay. So tell them, hold tight. As soon as we know, we'll let you know. But I wish we could get a new vendor. We hate them, but we'll see.
No, it's really just about the kids need a winter coat in some
Yeah,
cases.
yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we're really expecting them at any time now because we got them in so many months ago, but I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
We are going to be able to get a new vendor.
Yay.
That's the reason it's the way it is right now, because they put it out of bid. So we're going to get a new vendor. It's going to be better. Yes, it's going to be better.
Okay.
It has to get better. Okay.
All right. Okay, we'll probably wait a couple more minutes for those of you who weren't able to get on at 3:35. I don't know if I thought if that was our schedule last year or why we thought that was the time, but we'll push it back for next time so that we won't start before 3:45. But I'll go over things again in just a couple minutes. Let's see. Okay, I did put a tutorial on Artbeat this last time about how to check your flex. Make sure that you have at least 18 content and 12 elective. You can have up to 30 content, or you can have all 30 in content. You don't have to have electives, but you have to have at least 18 content. If you don't have your content, you can, we have a list of flex classes that are still offered through, I think, the end of March that is in our shared drive under flex. Also, Art of Ed, we're counting as content. And so you can take those courses, and I stick on a Artbeat every week how to enter those so that I can put those on there. Safe City boards, they are being delivered. Remember, we just need 3 winners for each school. So you don't have to have every student do them, and they are kind of large. So kind of be selective as to which students you want to do them, because it'll take them a little while, but they do get cash prizes. And so that's usually a pretty good incentive for them. For VASE, they have changed guidelines. Everything's going to be digital. And it is one of our required shows. It'll be junior VASE. And you need to submit at least 1 student. So think about which students you want to ask. I know for high school, they're getting to sign up December 1st for teachers. And so I don't think it'll be too long till you guys get to sign up yours. And they said they're going to have like trainings. So we'll keep you posted about that. That is all I have on, for you guys. You can always ask us questions. I'll be on my Thursday office Zooms from 3 to 4:45 every week. You can call the office, you can email, please reach out. We do want to help you. But if you have any questions, please ask. Otherwise, thank you for joining us and have a great evening and good seeing you.
Heather, is there an earthquake over there?
You're on mute.
My
Heather.
dog is attacking my phone
Oh.
because I just got home. I know he is like, he hates the technology. So
Mhm.
there's that.
That's funny.
Sorry, I
That's
was
okay.
driving during this last one, so I wanted to get to a safe place, so I watched this one. But we'll watch the video.
Okay, yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
that up in a little bit. I don't think I actually recorded all of the middle school, but I went over most of the same things. So
Yeah, I got the gist.
yeah,
Regular vase, not junior.
yes,